Do you remember this machine? It was featured in this previous repair video a few weeks ago, and now I have this, an Intel 8387 math coprocessor that I intend to transplant into this machine. So before attempting to install the coprocessor, I'm running some quick benchmarks here. I'm using the generic benchmarks of Norton's System Info and Landmark 6. Out of the two, only Landmark 6 shows the availability of the FPU, which at this time does not show anything as it's not yet installed. I ran also Roy Longbottom's benchmark suite, which only completed for the Drystones benchmarks, but completely stalled for the Whetstones benchmarks. So let's go for opening up the machine. It's as simple as this. The three topmost screws must be removed in order to lift up the keyboard. I'm also removing the battery, so the system has no power source connected while I'm installing the coprocessor. I do note, however, that the type screen on the backside has the designation of the 20 MHz model, whereas it clearly states being the 25 MHz model on the lid. The later goes along with the CPU info, which denotes it as a 25 MHz 386SX. As you may have noted in my earlier video, I've also received an instruction manual which explains how to install an FPU. It's actually very easy and straightforward, explaining also to pay attention to the orientation of pin 1, which is this angled corner up here. I perform a quick power on test before reassembling everything, just to see if it works. And so it seems, with the BIOS just indicating a simple statement about the FPU being present.
I'm impressed! You now have upgraded your 386-SX-25 to a 386-DX-25 without bricking it.
I believe you're now ever reminding me of bricking that Cobol Networks rack server the other week, huh? But yes, without bricking it, although the system didn't become a 386DX just by adding a math coprocessor to it. This is a common misconception for 386s. It is true for the 486 line of CPUs, where the SX didn't include the FPU, but the DX CPUs actually included the coprocessor already. But for the 386s, this statement is incorrect. The SX and DX designations mean nothing about the FPU, but about the data bus bandwidth. The SX has often been interpreted as single word external, meaning the CPU has a 16-bit data bus and a 24-bit memory bus interface. The DX, on the other hand, was interpreted as a double word external, indicating the CPU has both a 32-bit data and memory bus interface. Adding the FPU doesn't change anything about the bus width, hence, even after the upgrade, the 386-SX-25 is still an SX-type CPU. This also means it still performs at slower speeds when compared to the DX CPU because of the lower bus bandwidth. Anyway, Roy Longbottom's benchmark suite now runs through, also providing me benchmark numbers on the FPU, which vary a bit depending on the applied code optimization. So one may say, this little upgrade was a success after all, and no bricking this time. This was a first timer for me actually. Sure, I had swapped many different CPUs over the years, but I never had the opportunity to actually upgrade the system with an FPU. I'm the vintage collector, and this was my short story. Leave me a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. If you check out this channel's community tab, you'll find some polls on potential upcoming videos. You're very welcome to upvote on upcoming topics or drop in new ones you'd like me to chase down.